What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to scrape Google Maps leads emails by creating a simple workflow in N8N. Let's get started. To scrape Google Maps leads emails, I'm going to use this tool called Apify. Apify is an incredible tool that you can use to scrape any website and automate projects. To get 30% off your first purchase of this tool, just click the link down below in the description, and then head over to Apify, then create your account in Apify, and after creating your account in Apify, head over to Apify store. Here, we're going to search for the site that we'd like to scrape. In our case, we'd like to scrape Google Maps. And since we'd like to scrape Google Maps leads emails, I'm going to search for Google Maps email and then click on search. And here, you can see the various tools that we can use to scrape or extract emails from Google Maps leads. So here you can choose to use any of these tools. But I'm going to choose this tool, so I'll open it on a new tab. This is the tool that we're going to use to scrape Google Maps leads email addresses. So here, we're going to add a search term. For example, if we wanted to scrape restaurants in a certain location, we're going to add the search term right here and the location over here and the number of leads that we'd like to scrape. For example, here, we can scrape 5 restaurants in New York. You can also perform more filtered precise searches. Here, you can filter using the place category, set a minimum star rating, scrape places with or without a website, or scrape all places as provided by Google here by performing this filter search. You can also perform a geolocation search where you're adding your country, city, state, county, or postal code to scrape the specific leads from Google Maps. You can also scrape leads using Google Maps URL instead of a search term. Here, but I'm going to choose to scrape the leads using a search term and add the location and the number of leads I would like to scrape. In our case, we can try scraping restaurants in New York and try scraping 5 of them using this tool in Apify. To do that, I just click on Start right here. You can see that our tool is running and scraping our data. Let's give it a second. You can see that our tool succeeded in scraping for us 5 restaurants in New York. Here are the 5 restaurants, or the 5 leads that is scraped for us from Google Maps. Here we're getting the image URL, place name, their social media accounts, if they have them linked either in their website or in their Google profile. We're also getting their phone number, email addresses right here. For example, you can see the email address of this restaurant. So getting the city they're in, website, and their Google Maps URL here. You may notice that only some of them have their email addresses available. Most of them will not have the email addresses available. So we'll have to perform a filter later on in the workflow. Now, to get these leads, so we just scrape right here to our workflow in N8N. I'll click on API in the right, then scroll down below where it says get dataset items and copy this link, and go back to our workflow. And here, I'll search for HTTP request node, then click on it. Here, I'll add the link that we just copied and click on execute step to get our leads. Now here, you can see our node was executed successfully and we're getting the 5 restaurants we scraped in New York. Here, so these are the 5 restaurants. We're also getting their data like their category name, their address, neighborhood, website, phone number, location, and all these other relevant information right here, including the email address. Now, instead of having to manually add our URL right here, we can try setting up this workflow right here in N8N, where it automatically scrapes a list for us and gets the email addresses and adds the email addresses to a spreadsheet. So to set up the workflow here, I'll clear this URL, and then I'll open Apify's API documentation. And then here, I'll scroll down below to find the API that we'd like to call. And then here, I'm going to click on Run After synchronously with input and get dataset items. This is the API that we're going to call. And then here, I'll copy the CURL. Then I'll go back to our workflow. Then here, I'll click on Import CURL and paste our CURL right here and click on Import. Here, there are 3 things that we're going to add. We're going to add the actor ID, the API token, and the JSON down below right here. To find the actor ID, I'll close this and go back to our tool. And then in the search URL, I'm going to copy the unique ID of this tool. The unique ID of this tool is in the search URL, so I'll copy it, go back to our tool, paste the actor ID right here. The other thing I'm going to add is a API token right here. So here I'll click on expression, expand it right here so we can add the API token right here. Now, to find the API token, click on settings, click on API integrations. Now, I'll click on create a new token, give it a description. I can call it test, and then click on create here to create our token. And after our API token was created, I'll copy it, paste our API token right here. Remember not to include a space in the end. Then click on back to canvas. Then here, the last thing we're going to add is the JSON. Here, where it says specify body, I'm going to click on using JSON and add our JSON over here. To find our JSON, I'll go back to our tool. It says manual in JSON, click on JSON. Then here, copy this JSON. And I'll paste our JSON here. So you can see in the JSON, we are scraping restaurants in this location. So to do that, I'll click on execute step right here. So now, when I go back to our tool and click on runs, you can see it's starting the crawler right here. And it's getting our leads. So let's wait for the workflow to finish scraping the leads for us. You can see that our node was executed successfully. Here we succeeded in scraping 5 restaurants in New York without having to manually include a URL right here. And these are the details of the 5 restaurants that we're scraping. So we're getting their name, price, category name, address, location, and email address. Here, click on back to canvas, click on save, and then here I'll rename this to Google Maps Scraper. Click on rename. Now, since we've seen that some of the leads that we're scraping right here do not have the email addresses available, like this lead right here, you can see it doesn't have an email address available. We can try to filter the leads that we're scraping right here and only get the leads with the email addresses available. So here, to filter the leads, I'll search for filter node. Click on the filter node right here. I'm going to search for the email, and then here I'll say that the email should exist. And then I'll click on back to canvas. So now here, when you try to execute our node again, let us see if we're going to get the leads with the email addresses available. Executed successfully. So out of the 5 leads that we scraped right here, only 4 of them had the email addresses available. So here, when I open this node, you can see we get 4 leads. So when I click on schema, and here, scroll down below and find the email. You can see one of the leads had the email addresses available right here. We're getting only 4 and discarding only 1 with the emails unavailable. So here I'll click on back to canvas. Now we can add the leads with their email addresses available to a Google spreadsheet. In Google Sheet, I've created a spreadsheet that I've renamed to Google Maps Scraped Leads. Here, we're going to add the keyword that we're using to scrape the leads, the title, email, a personalized first line, and the search page URL. Before we add the leads over here, we can try generating a personalized first lines for them, so we can include all the information to this spreadsheet. Now, let's try scraping my leads one more time, and out of the 5 leads, only 2 of them had the email addresses available. Here, you can see we kept the leads with the email addresses available. So here you can see an email available. We go to the discarded ones. No email address is available here. Now with our leads over here, we can try generating a personalized first line that we can use to our outreach campaigns if we like to send these leads outreach emails. So to generate a personalized first line, we're going to use their website data. So you can see on which lead, you can see we're getting the link to their website right here. So we can try scraping their website, and then using AI, you can generate a personalized first line from the data, from their website data. So to do that, I'll click on back to canvas. Then here, I'll search for HTTP request node. Click on it. Then here, we're going to drag their websites over here. And then click on execute to scrape their website. So here's the data of the first restaurant that we scraped. So here, you can rename this to website data, website scraper, and we can convert this data that we scrape here into Markdown format. So I'll search for Markdown, click on Markdown. Here we're going to convert the HTML to Markdowns and add the HTML right here. So drag this website data right here, click on execute. Now here you can see at least we're getting some understandable, which is awesome. Now we can use AI to generate a website summary from the Markdown data right here. Click on AI, then click on OpenAI. Here, I'll click on message model node, create a new credential. Create a new credential. Then from your OpenAI API, add your API key here, and click on save to create your credential. Since I had already created my credential, I'm going to close this. And then here I'm going to choose a model. I'm going to choose a slightly simpler model like GPT 3.5 Turbo, and I add the prompt right here. So I'll click on expression, expand this to add a prompt. The prompt could be in the lines of your helpful, intelligent data extract assistant. This prompt will be for the system role. And to add the prompt for the system, for the user role, I'll click on add a message, and here I'll click on expression to add our prompt. The prompt could be in the lines of you're being provided with a block of unstructured information related to a business website. Your job is to analyze this raw data and extract meaningful insights from it. Use information to generate a website data section with a compelling and detailed breakdown, at least 2 paragraphs long. And here we're outlining a couple of guidelines for the AI to follow. We're telling the AI be thorough and descriptive in the website data section, go beyond service level points. We're also telling the AI to list 3 unique and thought-provoking angles or topics we could use to generate a personalized first line for an outreach campaign for the lead. And lastly, we're telling the AI format all new lines characters with \n in your output. Here I'll click on back to canvas, and here we're going to add the website data. And drag the website data right here. We convert it into Markdown. Okay, to summarize this website data, I'll click on execute step. So here I can see summarized our 2 websites data here, which is awesome. So instead of using this to generate a personalized first line, we can use now the summarized data right here, which is easily understandable, to generate a personalized first line. So to do that here, I'll first of all rename this to website data summary. And then click on rename. And now we can proceed to now generate our personalized first lines. To do that, I'm going to use AI style. So I'll click on OpenAI, then click on message model here. I'm going to choose a model, which is 3.5 Turbo. Add this, and then add a system prompt, which is on the lines of you're an intelligent writing assistant. Click on expression, expand here to add the prompt for the user role. It could be on the lines of generate a personalized, intriguing, and captivating first line for a cold email based on the lead's website data summary straight from Google Maps. And here we're dragging our website data summary right here. The first line should be engaging, relevant, and complementary, designed to hook the lead into reading further without being pushy or salesy. Here we're putting a couple of rules for the AI to follow. We're telling the AI output only the first line with no explanation or additional text. Do not include suggestions or placeholders like mention specific property type or service in the output. The output should be a fully written, personalized first line based on the website content. Do not include quotation marks around the first line. And here, click on back to canvas. Then here, I'm going to output content as a JSON. And then to now generate our personalized first line, I'll click on execute step. You can see it's executing our node. Let's give it a second. You can see our workflow, our node was executed successfully. You can see the personalized first line that generated for one of our leads right here, which is on the lines of your online presence paints a culinary canvas as inspiring and vibrant as the heart of Manhattan itself. Very personalized line. Here, click on back to canvas, and then I'll rename this to generate first lines. Then click on rename. With our leads data that we scrape from Apify, and the personalized first line, we can add the information, the leads data, to a spreadsheet. So in Google Sheet, I've created a spreadsheet that I've renamed to Google Maps Scraped Leads. In this spreadsheet, I've created a sheet that I've renamed to Scraped Leads. And then in this sheet, here's where we're going to add the keyword that we use to scrape the leads, the title, email address, personalized first line, and the search page URL. To add our list data to the spreadsheet, go back to our workflow. Here, I'll search for Google Sheet. Click on Google Sheets. And here, I'll click on Append Row in Sheet. Here, we'll need to create a new credential by clicking on Create a New Credential. And here, sign in with Google. And then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to Anytime. And here, I'm going to continue. Here, you can see that our account was connected. So I'll close this. Here, I'm going to choose our documents. Choose this document right here. Choose our sheet. Choose this sheet right here. And then here, I'm going to add values to our columns in our spreadsheet with the data that we scraped from Apify and generated using AI. So for the keyword, I'm going to scroll down below in Apify and find our keyword. And then I'll drag the category name right here in the keyword. For the title, with the name of the restaurant. Here. The email. I'm going to find the email. And the email right here. Personalized first line. We're going to add the personalized first line we generated using AI right here. Search page URL. I'm going to search for the search page URL right here. Drag it over here. Then I'll click on execute step to add our data to a spreadsheet. You can see it was executed successfully. We added our title, keyword, email, personalized first line, and the search page URL to a spreadsheet. I open my spreadsheet. You can see the keyword, title, which is the name of the restaurant, the email, the personalized first line, which is on the lines of an admirer of culinary innovation. I was captivated by the fusion cuisine. Journey curated from Chef Guy Kyrie at Kitchen 46 in New York. Very personalized first line. The line is on the lines of your online presence beautifully mirrors the blend of tradition and innovation found within CCMO's culinary creations. That's amazing. And beside the personalized first line, we also added the search page URL over here. So we added these leads data to this spreadsheet using this simple workflow that we created right here in Anytime. So here, I renamed this to scrape leads data, then click on rename. Right here, you can auto-align it. So the next process will be now to send these leads outreach emails using an outreach tool like Instantly, Smartly, or Lemlist. Send the leads outreach emails using a tool like Lemlist. I'm not going to go over that part since I've already made a video on that in the channel. So all you have to do is just open my channel and find this video right here which says how to scrape thousands of local business leads for free with Anytime. Click on the video. Here you can see how to connect your workflow with an outreach tool like Lemlist. Here and here you can see how I added cold email scripts that we're going to send the leads over here, including some follow-ups. Then video I'm also showing you how to add the leads that we scraped using our workflow straight to Lemlist and sending them outreach campaigns. So you can see right here we're adding even the personalized first line and then sending the leads outreach emails using this tool in Lemlist using this workflow. So if you're interested in learning about how to send outreach email campaign, how to send the leads outreach email campaigns using an outreach tool like Lemlist, you can watch this video right here to see how you can create a connection, write the scripts and add the leads to the tool, and ultimately send the leads outreach emails. So now we can try scraping leads from a different keyword. So here I'll open this node. And then I'll scroll down below. It says JSON. Here instead of restaurants, we can now scrape, let's say, accountants. And we can scrape, let's say, 10 accountants in a different location, like Miami. Now to execute our workflow, click on execute workflow right here. Give it a second for it to scrape the leads for us, write personalized first lines, and add the leads data to a spreadsheet. Here, you can see that our workflow was executed successfully. So here, we scraped 10 accountants in this location here, and we got our accountants over here. Then we got the information right here. And then we filtered with the ones who have the email addresses available. And out of the 10, only 9 had their email addresses available. And then we scraped their website data, converted their website data into markdown format, so we can generate with the website data summary. Right here, you can see the website data summary of the 9 leads. So we just scraped from using Apify. Then we generated personalized first lines. Then we added their leads data and the personalized first line to a spreadsheet. Now, when I open my spreadsheet, you can see the leads that we added here. We added a total of 9 leads. So to separate the 2 runs here, I'll insert a row above. These are restaurant leads. These are accountant leads. So we added the keyword, title, email address, personalized first line, and the search page URL. Here, you can see the personalized first line that we wrote for each lead over here. The other one is on the lines of I was genuinely impressed by how your website reflects decades of trusted expertise paired with refreshingly approachable tone. It's clear that Jack Levine CPA isn't just about numbers, but about relationship. This very personalized first line for each of our lead over here. So now if you wanted to send these leads outreach emails, since we have the email addresses and the personalized first line, you do use a tool like Lemlist, which I've gone ahead and showed you how to do that using this video in the channel on how to scrape thousands of local business leads for free with any time. Here you can see how to set up a third-party tool like Lemlist, add scripts, import leads from our workflow to this tool, and then go adding our leads to this campaign and sending the leads outreach emails using our workflow. So if you're interested in learning how you can add the leads to an outreach tool and send them outreach campaigns, just watch this video on how to scrape thousands of local business leads for free with any time. This part we say is send outreach campaigns. Here we are scraping leads from Google Maps using a tool in Apify. Then after we get the leads data, we're filtering the leads data, keeping the leads with email addresses available. So we're scraping their website, converting their website data into Markdown. Then we're using AI to generate their website data summary, which we're using to generate personalized first lines. And then we're adding the leads data and the personalized first line to a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is this one, similar to this one right here, where we added the keyword, title, email address, personalized first line, and the search page URL using this simple workflow that we created right here in Anytime. Now, if you have an AI agent or a workflow that you'd like for me to create using Anytime, just comment down below in the comment section. I read all the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire workflow or AI agent from scratch using Anytime. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.